Hello, am I speaking to Sourabh?
Yes, sir.
Sourabh, I'm Lohit from Unacademy educator, right? I'm a verified educator and I teach for the GATE examination, right? So if you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Definitely, I am very limited. I'm expecting with you the person who has got first rank in ESE because I am also a great fan of yours and I'm also following you since month of December. Sir, I have doubts regarding the examination like ESE. And my question is to you that how should we start preparing for the examination like our approach? What the example?
So first, what I'll be telling you, when you start your preparation, the important part is you need to know the syllabus first. And what is the syllabus which is coming in the examination, right? That is the most important thing because there are so many books that you are studying in the college, you have studied so many subjects. So there may be something that you get confused. The first important thing is to understand the syllabus. What are the questions, what are the big subjects in the syllabus, what are the topics are there. And when you understand the syllabus, the next thing is regarding the previous year question, right? Next to do previous year question because that will help you to understand what type of questions are asked. Because when you are studying in college, you study a lot of theory, a lot of convention questions, a lot of different types of questions, right? But the GATE examination this is little different because in that almost basic every topic the basics are there. From that only the question will be framed out, right? So that is you need to understand. And also from when you be solving the previous year question, you understanding there are some questions which are very easy to solve, some are little tough, right? Some are moderate. So that is how you will be framing out to which question you have to invest a lot of energy.
Yes, sir. So, which type of book specifically we should prefer for as there are subjects like thermodynamics, fluid mechanics. So, what type of book should we prefer? It should be foreign authors or the authors of our country?
No, basically what book, I don't say that foreign authors is good, only the foreign authors is good or the Indian authors are good. The thing is that which book you are comfortable and which is basically aligned to what examination you are preparing, right? Because there are a number of, because obviously the people who will explain the question will be referring to the foreign authors and the Indian authors both. You cannot go through all the books, but there are some good Indian author books which you can refer. There are some good foreign author books which you can understand and you can adopt it. They are easy to understand. Like for the thermodynamics very stringent, fluid mechanics also very stringent, right? So you can go through it because that will help you to understand the concept. But there are very standard books which I also mentioned in one of my academy lectures that what are the standard books for mechanics. Is very important for the examination.
Okay, sir. Thanks. Sir, I want to ask you that targeting the GATE examination, which subject should we start first, or which subject should we cover first, so that we can move towards the subject which cover less portion of marks in the GATE exam?
Okay, fine. The important if you understand the pattern of GATE examination, will be know a subject which is more theoretical, right? Which is very basic and that defines the mechanical engineering that are given a higher weightage in the GATE examination rather than the subjects which are more of application based, right? So application based subjects are not given much of weightage in the GATE examination. For the first case, the important thing for you will be to go make your mathematics strong. Because any problem in the GATE examination cannot be solved better if you don't know the mathematics, right? So if your mathematics is good, then you can easily solve all the questions because what will happen, because any question will have a concept and then only whatever left is there is mathematics. You have to apply the mathematics and get a solution. So I always ask the students for preparing for the GATE examination to make their mathematics strong and basic subjects like thermodynamics, heat transfer, fluid mechanics, engineering mechanics, strength of material, these are the basic subjects. And number of questions, theory of machines also, and number of questions from this only subjects will be asked. So make it strong, make your basically knowledge strong in this subject.
Yes, sir. I want to ask basically question that sir, if we are not able to join the coaching and we are not getting the study material as others, so how can we prepare in that way?
If you are not able to go to the coaching, there are so many people there are so many toppers interviews are being uploaded into the internet, right? And there are in the Unacademy itself we are uploading so many lectures and there are so many focus towards the preparation of the competitive examination. You can refer that also for the paper. And there are number of ways you can prepare. There's not just if you're not able to do coaching, there are people who with coaching will do it. Without coaching, they also do it. The important thing is whether you're able to invest the energy in the right direction or not. For that, you can refer to blogger preparing. You can ask us.
As you think that as this subject is covered in the online platform like the Unacademy or the other platform,
Yes.
can we get the study material or the PDFs or the test series on this platform?
Also, yes, that is also on the Unacademy Plus. Then you're doing it right, and also you can join any of the courses if you want the test series. That is okay. But yes, the subject as for the subject pattern that has been covered.
Okay, thank you. Moving towards ESE examination, I want to ask that what is the examination pattern of the ESE?
So examinations that are like basically in three stages that is being conducted, the conditions and the interview and the only objective questions are asked. Then three paper, one is on the general studies and engineering aptitude of 300 marks, and then the other one is technical objective of 300 marks. And the main examination is of 600 marks, two paper of 300 marks, and both are technical. And the syllabus is given in the notification of sheet. You can go to that, and there's a personal interview of 200 marks. Out of this 300 marks, you have to get the cutoff and you'll be getting the name in your list. So this is how the pattern is there, and I have also the pattern itself in the Unacademy lectures.
Sir, how have you prepared at your time for the general section or the general aptitude part of the exam?
So the thing was, as I was a mechanical engineer, I think many things were covered because it is about project management.
Because it is difficult for the engineering student to cover the general science or the general knowledge section for the student. So, sir, how can we prepare for the general aptitude part of ESE?
So, because at the time when I was preparing, that was the newly introduced topic. So the sources were not available at that time. That was the first time that thing was out. So I referred to coaching institute material for the preparation of that part. Then I prepared that from that only, right? And also because there was not previously were not also available. Already topics were used. I was not having much idea regarding how I will preparing. Right, because now the previous question has also been there, and different material available in the market. You can go through that and you can basically prepare from that material.
Okay. As you have also stated that there is a main exam, that is a written paper. So what is the approach towards the writing examination in the main paper of ESE? How should we write the answer in which format or please tell them?
So basically, what I always used to do was I used to write my answer so that it becomes very easy for the examiner to understand what I'm trying to tell into that question. That was always my perspective. So I always used to write this steps that now this is I'm doing, this is I'm using the formula, what this formula is used for, right, and how I'll be using the given data, what the diagram refers to. I also used to draw the diagram which is required in the question. So this is what I used to approach. That it becomes easier for the examiner to understand the basically the solution. And also there's also a course on Academy where I've basically discussed how can we write our answer for the next examination.
So is the ESE examination section is also covered at the Unacademy platform?
Yes, we have covered the approach and strategy part, and because subjects are same, whether you prepare for GATE or ESE, subjects are same, and the domain is the same, but the subjects are same, so you can obviously prepare by preparing something you are actually preparing for both exam is only the approach will be different.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, I want to ask the most important question that everyone knows. So that how to cover or how to revise the vast syllabus for the examination like GATE and ESE, because it is sometimes very difficult to cover the whole syllabus and to remember all the points, concepts for the subject like thermodynamics transfer.
The important thing is first of all how you can there's one thing called how to manage your revision, and then another thing what to revise, right? So if we talk about how to manage your revision part, so what you need to do is you need to keep a track on the revision, like what subjects you have revised till now, what the revisions are remaining. So for what I did was I used to make a chart. So I had a chart in front of me, and what I used to do was I used to mark this subject I revised, this subject I yet to revise, or this many times I'll be revising the subject. So I used to mark on that. So that was how I was managing my revision. And the second time, what we realized was now because we take the example of thermodynamics, so we have make notes of ours which will be revising. Right? Now what will happen because when you will be starting revision, you always starting from the front page and will be going from like zeroth law, thermodynamics, first law, second law, availability, and the pure substances. Right? This is basically approach you do. And what will happen because zeroth law and first law is something which is very basic in nature, and because you have studied number and time, and that is very simple topic, you always understand that. So, the next time you'll be doing the revision, it is not required for you to go to that part. You can skip also because important is second law thermodynamics, and the availability is more important. So rather than going to the zeroth and first law, you can skip that. You can directly jump to second law because that you already remember. So that is not required. Only if any important point is there in the first law, just go through that and directly jump to second law thermodynamics. So that you are not investing your time there. Right? You are saving your time from there and you are investing here in the second law. This is required. So this is how you prioritize the topic. Right? This topic is very important for me, so I'll be studying only this in this subject, and I'll be skipping this because I know about much information about this topic. So this is how you can prioritize it.
Okay. Sir, being the student of second year from Bharati University, sir, I'm in third year. Sir, I want to ask that when should we start preparing for this examination? We should start in fourth year or we should start from third year as well?
So I have been suggesting that you start in this third year, that's in the sixth semester for the examination. But it is not that you will not be starting doing something earlier. But it is very important for right now to you to understand the basics of every subject, right? To understand the syllabus and understand the pattern of the examination. Yes. So this is what is required for you, that you understand the basics of the subject coming to you. Because when this sixth semester is completed, it is like 60-70% of the syllabus which will be asked is also covered. Then you can start the preparation because now you understand the basic things. You are in a mode to start the preparation, right? So right now, don't focus about the examination, focus about the subject you are studying and the concept.
Yes, your answer helping me a lot. So I want to ask another question, that how much time should we devote or give daily for the preparation of GATE?
That is very.
How much time, sir? How much time you have devoted in your time when you are preparing for the GATE or ESE as well?
So when I was in college, that time depends upon the time which is available with you, right? So when I was in college, so I used to give 3-4 hours every day for the preparation of the GATE examinations, right? Now this time when I was preparing for the Indian services, so I was when I was doing job, I was giving 4 hours every day. But when I left my job, so that was whole day I was giving for the preparation 10 to 12 hours of preparation every day. So that depends on the time you are available and how you can manage your time and basically how well you are prepared. So that depends upon that. But I would think that because you are preparing, so make sure that you prepare in a very best way at the time it is available to you. So whatever time is between, you can use for the preparation part.
Yes. So as we have listened or from some other sources that it is sometimes difficult to manage the syllabus of both ESE and GATE because that was a theoretical or the written format, whereas GATE consists of the objective questions. So how can we prepare for both instantaneously or the simultaneously?
No, there's no difference in both the exams. So basically there is objective part of ESE as well, right? Because what you observe, because in the first week of January will be going with giving the prelims examination of ESE, and that is objective. Right, that paper is objective. Also in the first week of February you will be giving the GATE examination, that is also objective. So you're not preparing in a different way. Only the thing is, in the given time, in the 3 hours duration, 150 questions are asked in the ESE examination, 55 questions are asked in the GATE examination. But the approach is different for the both the examination, not the syllabus. Right. So only the approach that how you'll be solving the paper, that differs, because in the GATE examination every question is important, whereas in the ESE you can pick some of the questions. So this is you will have to understand by going through the lessons we have uploaded and preparing for the examination. That this is what you have to understand. Like there is no difference because syllabus is same. Only the mechanical engineering you have to study. You have to prepare for that very well. Right. We don't understand convention and object the right now. For important is objective preparation.
Yes, yes, yes. So I have also listened about the some examination which are very tough, like BRC and IQ written examination. So can you suggest some strategy or some way how to what is the pattern or how to crack these examinations?
So basically, it beyond is sufficient to discuss here right now because that is a different kind of examination, and basically I need to take a lesson on that for the discussion about that because it's BRC is a very important examination. So what I will be doing, I'll be uploading a lesson on Unacademy regarding the preparation of this examination, right?
Okay, okay, sir. Thanks, thanks. Your answer will help me a lot. Or so can you suggest how to tackle the mental pressure before the exam when we are going to give? So how can we reduce our stress?
We have better plan beforehand, right? We are able to complete your entire syllabus. We are very much satisfied with the preparation. This is how you can make yourself prepared, right? You can reduce the mental pressure. If you are well prepared, you don't have to much worry about because whatever you have planned, you have completed that phase. So that is how you can reduce it down. One day before the examination, you just have to relax, right? Because you cannot change anything, whatever you done till now. The only thing you can do is you can deliver whatever you have studied, right? So this is what you should have in mind. And I always suggest to practice meditation because meditation is something which will basically help you to keep a focus and will basically reduce down your mental pressure. So this is what I'll be suggesting all the students.
Okay, okay, sir. So I want to ask a last question from you. So that how do you feel confident before sitting the examination? Is the many times of revision with the confidence? How can we get confidence before sitting for the examination?
So that is why I only told you that if you have a better plan when you are preparing, like you have help got the help from the other who have already cracked the examination, right? And you have better plan, you have completed whatever you have planned, and you are able to solve a lot many questions in the examination. The examination paper comes. Now you are very much prepared, right? So that is how you do get the confidence before the examination. That is not something else because if you are studying hard before the examination, definitely will be, when you're sitting for the examination, you'll be very confident. This is how the confidence comes before. You have to prepare hard for that, and then you can have that confidence.
Yes, 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 thanks. Thanks for solving my all doubts and queries related to ESE and the GATE examination. Thanks a lot. And I was also a great fan of yours. It was very nice, all a pleasure experience to interact with you. Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. Welcome, sir.